It's week 1 overreaction time in the NFL. And I've got a doozy for you.
Vic's got to come down.
What?
Vic Fangio, he's got to come down.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Fangio.
I know.
Did you think I said something inappropriate?
No. I was just wondering if someone's got an overreaction. I'm here for it. I want to hear it.
Soliciting
Don't disguise your voice.
This is what everyone today is doing. Everyone on Monday after football's back, you're happy to be back. One of the things that make you happiest is to be able to overreact.
Yes, and we're seeing plenty of it. And I want to hand it to certain NFC teams that won interconference matchups. Grit. It certainly pulled out ahead of Kadarius Toney, a fast twitch energy drink player of the week. That was disappointing to see. Mike Vrabel as an underdog, while he covered, he lost to a really thoroughly impressive Derek Carr performance.
Tannehill was terrible.
Yeah.
The worst.
That was a bad game.
Yep.
I did not like watching that game.
I felt bad for DeAndre Hopkins because a couple times he just lobbed it up there for him, just nothing. Did we get the good Tannehill years?
No.
I think Tennessee
they
got
almost
him.
They almost
Tennessee
made a
got him.
Now they're getting the bad ones.
Yeah.
But here come the bad ones. He looked slower and also threw 3 interceptions and by my count should have thrown 17 interceptions.
Here's my overreaction. In my
That
lifetime,
would be a record, huh?
It would have been
Yeah.
if they
17 picks
if
in one game.
If the Saints could could hold on to the ball, yes, it would have been a record.
Thank you.
in my lifetime, and again, I think the NFC was perfect in interconference matchups. In my lifetime, I don't think I've ever seen a bigger gulf between conferences because the class of the NFC, San Francisco, they would make the playoffs with ease. They might have home field advantage in the AFC. Tier 2 in the NFC, what is it? After last night, you'd say Dallas. Who's third?
Is it Philadelphia?
The Eagles.
Were they super
Little
impressive?
dicey.
but
Were
wait,
they super impressive?
Right.
No.
Okay, but
it's the
they're
worst
in this tier.
offensive game since like 2016.
Well,
this
was a pretty basic offense that they were running, and now the NFL has had an entire offseason to pick it apart. The only thing that set it apart from what Philadelphia was doing last season was world-class decision-making from Jalen Hurts.
I'd like to overreact. I was more impressed with the Patriots in a loss than I was with the Eagles in a win. How about that?
They gifted a lot of points.
They stink.
They
Mac Jones
gifted a lot.
stinks. Whoa.
But
In the game.
if you look at the AFC East, if you look at even the AFC West, there are going to be teams that miss the playoffs in the AFC that I think that you could put in like that tier 2 class in the NFC. It's so bad over there. There's so many good teams in the AFC. We saw Justin Herbert versus Tua, and you take the Chargers, end up losing that game. If you move them to the NFC, they're in that conversation for people that can challenge the Niners. If you take the Dolphins to the NFC, they're certainly right there behind the Niners.
They're just fine in the AFC, though.
The quarterbacks are in the AFC. All of the quarterbacks are in the AFC. And so the teams in the NFC that you're looking at is quarterbacks as well, because Jalen Hurts just got one of the giant contracts. I don't think he's better than Tua. I think the Eagles a couple of times have had systems that can protect a quarterback and make him look great, whether it's Nick Foles or Jalen Hurts. But I do believe that Philadelphia is great, and you may think they will come back to earth.
I do think, but that's just a classic football disagreement. But I think my overriding point is there are so many really good football teams. Heck, we're projecting 2 to be really good that are playing tonight. Someone's going to lose that game. There's going to be a third-place finisher in the AFC North, in the AFC West, in the AFC East, that if you just merely put them over in the NFC, would be in the conversation with the Cowboys, with the Lions, with the Eagles, as someone that can take the 49ers down.
Can we hit pause for just a second? Did you say, Dan Le Batard, that Tua is better than Jalen Hurts?
A pause on overreaction? I thought we were doing an overreaction segment.
No pauses on overreaction.
We just want to make sure you're playing.
I just want to make sure you're playing the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you mean? Didn't you hear
are you
what
being serious or
you
are you
just-
overreacting?
Stop standing in the way of
Right.
overreactions.
Okay.
That's not what I
Dan
expected
rarely
coming from
overreacts.
you.
I was surprised
I
to hear him
thought
playing
that's
the
what
game.
we were doing.
That is all we're doing.
mean,
If you put Jacksonville in the
crazy.
NFC, they're probably second favorite in that conference. This is going to get out of hand over the course of the season. I think for the first time, you're going to hear people say, why do we even need conferences? This is not fair.
No,
You heard it
not
here first.
fair.
It's not fair.
Not fair.
It's not fair.
After 1 week,
It's
you're
not
saying
going to be
it's
fair.
not fair.
It's not going to be fair. When the Cincinnati Bengals are third in their division,
Well,
You're going to be saying it's
but
not fair.
When Chris Cody does spit, and it was excellent analysis from him, as you're talking tears, and he's just like, Mac Jones stinks out of the side of his face, smelling like Cheetos. Mac Jones stinks. And the reason
does.
you can say that, but the reason you can say that is, and this turned quickly, man. This turned really quickly. All three of the quarterbacks in his division are a good deal better than him. That didn't used to happen to the Patriots for, 20 years, ever. And the whole thing's flipped. And now I can tell you maybe the AFC East, just looking at it, because they got Rodgers, they got Tua. Billy told me during the break with
Josh
a
Allen.
giant smile on his face.
This is an underreaction.
Dan, he couldn't.
There's now 2 co-betting MVP favorites right now. It's Patrick Mahomes and Tua.
What? The
On
overreaction
DraftKings,
is
yeah.
Mahomes.
That's I'm saying underreaction. It should be Tua. They're both plus 700 right now on DraftKings to win the MVP.
That's crazy.
Tua was plus 1,800 before
This is
yesterday.
so much fun. I love football.
Where's Tyreek Hill on that?
This year is
He's
gonna
there.
be
He's
hell.
up there. Yeah.
Because Tyreek Hill said before the season his goal is 2,000 yards, a ridiculous number that a
He's
receiver's
almost there.
never gotten
He might
to
get
it.
He's on pace for
He's on
3,000.
He's on pace.
Yeah, 3,000.
He could play 10 games and get there.